Well folks, here we are, part 2 of the 1962 Chevy K20 truck revamp, trying to get the engine going and everything. I had finished up my head since you guys last saw it. Everything's been lapped in and cleaned up. Came out pretty nice. I had to order another exhaust valve. As you guys know, I did break one coming out, so I got this one from Rock Auto. It was a total of $5 with shipping. Obviously enough, it's worth it. So I got that put in there. Everything else is lapped. I just have to put the valve stem seals on, along with the springs and the keepers and whatnot, get that all taken care of. Because I finally got my gasket kit in from Napa. It was a couple days late, but at least it's here. It's got a lot more in it than what I'm going to need, obviously enough for gaskets and whatnot, but it was pretty much the same price for just a head gasket, so I figured I'd just get everything. But I got my valve stem seals, which is what I've been waiting on. And the last thing I have to do before I start assembly is degrease all of my head bolts, push rods, and my valve springs and keepers that I have up here. I'm going to run them through some paint thinner and get some of that black nasty oil crap off of them, just so they're clean when they go in, and then this will be ready for assembly. So get this valve train taken care of, get the head all set, and get it ready to go onto the engine, and I'll check back with you guys when it comes time to bolt this down. Valves are all in the head, everything went in real nice, springs cleaned up good. They're actually yellow underneath all that crap. So I got my head gasket ready, and we're going to see if we can't drop this on top of the engine. Last night I was able to get my head all torqued down and put on. I wanted to get it on last night so that way it had time to settle in and compress overnight, so that way when I fill it with water, hopefully nothing leaks out, which it shouldn't. But this morning what I'm going to be doing is getting all my valves set with my rocker arms. And usually this is something you want to do when it's cold, when it's hot, after you ran the engine for a while. But being that I lapped everything in and there's a new valve in here, I don't know if my clearances are going to be too loose and they'll be open a little bit or whatnot. So I'm just going to set them anyways. At least then I know everything is closing and opening it as it should be. And once it warms up, we can check them again and go through it once more. So let's get all these things set. Alright, they have the intake. It's set at 6 thousandths. Hot, obviously, but we're doing it cold. And our exhaust, that gets set to 18 thousandths. That's fairly close right there. So I went ahead and put my valve lifter cover on, so that's all set. Got a brand new gasket on it. Valves are all set, and I just cleaned out my points of my distributor, and luckily enough we do have spark with what was in here for points and the condenser and whatnot, so I'll show you that, guys, that quick. Hopefully the camera picks it up. Alright folks, we're all buttoned back up, all back together. I got my carburetor on. It's all been rebuilt. I got my temporary gas tank for the time being. Fan belt's back on. Generator's not hooked up. Radiator hoses, I just ran those back into the radiator because I don't have a heater core on it. Wiring is somewhat hooked up for now. It'll work just for a test run. Got my battery on it. And my accelerator pump does work in the carburetor, so we get fuel, which I'm pretty happy about that. So let's see if we can get this thing to crank up. Unfortunately, this engine does not have a lot of compression, so it's not starting easy. So as much as I hate to use it, we're going to give it a shot of this and see what happens. Well, we were close. It's hard to tell, but it sounds like it's got a slight skip to it. Aside from that, I'm pretty darn happy. Well folks, it was a couple weeks coming, but we finally got the 62 K20 up and running and driving now also. As you can see, I rigged up a steering wheel that came from the 66 GMC 4000 truck that I got over the winter for parts for the 61. I rigged up a clutch lever so I can still clutch it and shift it. And I got a kill rope hooked up so I can pull the wire off the coil if anything goes wrong. And I don't have brakes, so we're doing pretty good. But anyways, I got a mount set up on the back of the frame, and I'm going to set you guys up there. I'm going to see if we can't do a lap around the block and see how things go. So anyways folks, there you have it. Hope you all enjoyed the series, and that's pretty much it for now for the 62 Chevy K20 pickup.
Try again.